Alright guys, how's it going? Welcome back. Well, today we're going to pick up a very cheap Renault Clio that I bought for just £800. Now my colleague's just called me with this. We've taken it in part exchange, and he called me and he said, right, I've got a lady here with a Renault Clio. It's a 2016, it's a 1.2 petrol in black, and it's done 80 something thousand miles. I thought, right, okay, well that's great news. I'm actually quite a big fan of this era of Clio. I think this is the Mark IV, I think. Anyway, I'm a genuine fan of these. I think they're quite good cars. So I said, right, just find out how much the lady wants for it. And he said, okay, I've done that already actually, and she wants just 800 quid for it. So I thought, well, that can't be right. I know this car will have a trade price of about £2,000. This is probably a £4,000 retail car. So 800 quid just seemed way too cheap. Anyway, it was cheap for a reason. I did a car vertical check on it, and it turns out it's a Cat S. Have a look at this. Now, this is why I always stress the importance of doing a vehicle history check before you hand over any cash for a used car. It also works with motorbikes. Had we not done this, on the face of it, it looks like quite a decent car. We'd have probably given £1,500 for it quite easily, maybe £2,000 if it was tidy. So it's well worth doing. Let me just show you how it works then. All you need to do is go to carvertical.com. Don't worry, I'll leave the link below in the video description, and type in the reg or the VIN. And then what this does then is it checks databases in dozens of countries. I think it works in like 35 different countries, so it isn't just a UK thing. It doesn't take long to gather all its data, and it's not too expensive either. And it's cheaper still if you use my promo code HIGHPEAK. That's HIGHPEAK, all one word, HIGHPEAK, and you'll save yourself 20% off each and every check that you do. I do this with every single car that I buy, and it tells you if it's ever been stolen, written off, had a mileage rollback, or has outstanding finance on it. In the case of this little Clio, all the checks were clear apart from the accident damage bit. So this is a Category S write-off, which means it's had some structural damage at some point. It's been in a whack, and the insurance company weren't prepared to fix it. So its repair cost would have exceeded the vehicle's value, so they've just scrapped it. Then somebody bought it back, repaired it, and then put it on the road. It's perfectly legal, it's not a problem, but it does affect its value. My guess is the lady that's traded this car in has done her research and figured out quite a fair price. And it was a fair price. So I thought at £800, it's still worth a go, isn't it? There might still be some profit left in this. Like I say, for a 2016 Clio, it just sounds very cheap. We're not too far away now, so I think we'll go and have a look around it, see if there's any more profit in it, and work out what we're going to do with it. I don't think there's any risk with this one that I'm going to want to keep it. I always have this tendency to want to keep everything, but a 2016 Renault Clio isn't really something that I would covet. In fact, speak the devil, there's one. 2016 Renault Clio. They're a good looking car, aren't they? Where am I going? I'm lost. Lived here 10 years and I've already lost my sense of direction. Anyway, enough chit chat. I shall see you there. See you shortly. Well, we're here. Straight away I can tell where the impact was, I think. The front bumper is noticeably different than the rest. It's got a very matte finish, a distinct matte finish actually. The rest of the car looks quite shiny, but the front bumper definitely had a DIY repair. It's got some hideous pink trim on it. I wonder if that was some sort of special edition. Doesn't look good though. I mean, it was £800 this car, so I'm not too bothered, but that pink is offensive. So's the front bumper. What's weird though is that it's got the original Cardiff Renault reg plates. I assume that's original because the reg begins with a C, which is C for Wales. It's quite straight down the panels though. The bonnet doesn't look like it's had paint. The headlamps look original too. That's strange. Right, anyway, let's have a look around it and see if there are any other signs of impact. Okay then, let's go and have a look around my Clio. The first bit of bad news is we only got the Juan key, not a pair of. But the good news is that it's the same key you get on a £55,000 Alpine. Did a review with one recently, and I was confused as to why they didn't make a nicer key. Well, oh look at this. So this hideous pink is just a cheap wrap. I think wrap's a bit of a compliment actually, but it's just someone's stuck on that cheap pink overlay over the red. This would look far better with that red trim. So it's got different plates from the front to the rear. RSCC Performance London is the rear plate, but it's got its original plate on the front. We've got this piece of wire here, which I don't know where that goes. Nowhere. I was kind of hoping there'd be a piece of dynamite attached to the end of it. No such luck. We've got a horrible Arnold Clark sticker on the back. That can come off. I don't know why. I mean, if you buy a car from Renault Clio, fine, fair enough. But why leave the big, obnoxious yellow billboard on the back? Scrape it off. You see this sort of thing in traffic all the time. Rear wiper's all right. The bodywork's actually okay from the back. With a good clean, that would be okay. So I think I'll clean this, take off the pink wrap to reveal the red, which would look far nicer. Wheels are okay. I mean, they're a bit corroded and stuff, but where do you start? And well, where do you start with something like this? Panel gaps are okay. That tyre's decent. It's a Riken on about 5mm of tread. Is that right? Those two doors, look how far out they stick, like over the sill. I've never noticed that before. Is that normal? Strange. Yeah, I think I need to get my heat gun on this and peel off this horrible pink trim. I think I'll do that, because that's hideous. But again, the panel gaps look okay. So the Cat S damage obviously wasn't down this side. They look fine there as well, and the paint looks original. Don't get me wrong, it's very dirty, but there's no signs of damage there. We've got a matching Riken on the front, on about 4mm of tread. Brake discs look okay, I suppose. But yeah, look at this. Look at the difference. Someone's painted that with an aerosol tin on the driveway. In the dark, by the looks of it. Well, it must have had a front end whack, mustn't it? And it's been written off because of that. We need to take off all these bits of pink trim, don't we? If I spent an hour with this, with my heat gun, I could probably transform it. Down this side, have we got a matching Riken? We certainly do. Oh yeah, this sill is exactly the same. I just never noticed. Maybe it's because the doors sort of flare out. It just looks like there's something wrong with it. Well, down this side, again, the panel gaps look quite good. It can't have been written off just for a front-end collision, can it? I say that, it could well have been, but you'd expect the bonnet to be hand-painted as well. I think really we need to look under the bonnet and see if there's any signs of impact, because this could have just been written off for the sake of a front bumper. There are a few marks here, but nothing bad. That's popped out slightly, we can pop that back in. I think I've got a bit of a bargain here. Right, remote central locking works. Well, we've got this red interior in here, or red trim, which would match the red exterior trim as well. That would look far better, wouldn't it? So it's a Renault New Clio Dynamique nav 1.2. Someone's been to Aldi and bought some seat covers. But again, the seats underneath are in decent condition. Yeah, I think if I spent an afternoon with this, I could transform it, because there's no damage, there's no rips or anything, we're all good. From what I can see, anyway. Manual winners in the back. I know this isn't the best example of one, but like I say, they are pretty good cars, these. That was going to... What on earth? We'll pop that back in there. Looks like speaker cable, doesn't it? Speaker wire. I don't think it is, though, to be fair. It's filthy, absolutely filthy. It's a very good clean. But, yeah, parcel shelves there. Got the original Renault Clio mats. This is all right, you know, really. Done 83,000 miles. Not particularly high, is it? Got front electric windows, electric mirrors. We've got a bass reflex surround system. It's all about the bass, isn't it, in the words of Megan Trainor? Parking ticket here from Wrexham. Might have been Ryan Reynolds' car, this, maybe. We've got a little pink purse with a J on it. Is there any money in it? No, it's from Primark. Of course not. In fact, let me hide that before someone breaks my window to steal a Primark purse. Cruise control, typical Renault and Dacia fashion. It's down there, the last place you'd look. Locking wheel nut. More red trim that looks hideous. We'll take those bits off. There we go, just adding value onto 3 cup holders. So, because this is a dynamic nav model, we've obviously got the TomTom sat-nav thing built in. Service history. Now, with Renaults and Dacias, it's always in the back of the book, the back of the owner's manual. So if we go to the back, is there anything? 3. 2018, 2019, 2020. 21,000 miles, 31,000 miles, 40,000 miles. And then nada más. I don't know if there is any more service history. I'll just move my camera in case I reveal someone's address. Oh, there is. So it was serviced at 52,000 miles in 2023. It had a full service. So there is a bit of history here, isn't there? It also had new brakes at the same time and a brake fluid change. That was done in Farnborough. Well-travelled little car, this, isn't it? I'd show you this, but I'm not sure if there's anything. Oh no, there's not. We're all good. Halford's Workshop. So, what's the date here? That's the reg date. Air filter. Someone's marked down here what was done. Brake fluid was changed in 2023. Engine oil 2020. And then again in 23. Timing belt due 4K. V-belt due 4K. That's all we've got. That's the full extent of the paperwork. Let's have a look under the bonnet. You might think I'm mad now messing around with tat like this, but I'm sure there's profit in this. And sometimes I get more kicks out of doing something like this than dealing with something half decent. More pink, look at this. Pink gaffer tape. That obviously needs fixing, doesn't it? Right, a little bit of rust here. I'm just looking for any signs that it's been in a collision. Usually if it's had a serious whack, there'd be signs. Signs of replacement rads and lights. Chassis legs and things like that. Welding. But nothing. Nothing at all. It's all actually surprisingly original. Well, God knows where this accident was then. Surely they haven't written it off for a bad front bumper. Surely not. What's weird is if it has had a collision at the front, why was the original reg plate not damaged? You'd expect the replacement rear plate to be on the front, wouldn't you? Do you know what I mean? How odd. Okay. I think if we give this a service then, 'cause it's obviously overdue one, take off all the bits of pink, paint the front bumper, take off the seat covers, give it a good clean. It'd be all right, wouldn't it? Saying that, I've not even driven this yet, so let's not get carried away. Now these cars are keyless, so you can put the key in there, but you don't have to. You can just keep it in your pocket. Foot on the clutch. Let's fire up. How many warning lights have we got? Have we got an engine light on? No. All we've got is a spanner light. That's it. Just a spanner light. So I'm guessing as well that just indicates it's overdue a service. Nothing too sinister. We've got radio. Turn this down before I get a copyright strike. Sat nav. Air conditioning we've got. Does that work? I doubt it, but we'll try it. I quite like... Oh, there we go. Service required. I quite like a bit of a project, as you well know. Driver side window works, passenger side window works. This is all quite decent, you know. What's the condition like of this seat? That's pretty good as well. I'm going to do this. I'm going to spend an hour or two on this, messing around with it. Might even bring you guys along. Get my heat gun out. Okay then. I think we need to take this for a drive, don't we? Make sure there's a clutch in it and stuff. I mean, it feels okay, but I haven't moved yet. Right, let's get it on the road. Right then, let's get this little Clio on the road. By the way, my air conditioning works perfectly. It's nice and cool. Despite appearances, I think this is actually an all right car. And for 800 quid, I think it's worth me spending a few hours on it, seeing if I can try and improve it. Clutch feels okay. I didn't even know they made a 1.2 actually in this. I've had loads of the 0.9 turbos, which is quite a good little engine actually, and I've had loads of the 1.5 diesels. I genuinely didn't know they did a 1.2. I guess it's 4-cylinder. Doesn't feel like there's an imbalance like you get on a 3-cylinder. Brakes feel okay. We got as far as 4th gear there with no issues. It's quite a flat engine, the 1.2. The 0.9 turbo actually, because it's turbocharged, you get a bit of a boost with this. It's not there. This is all right actually. Steering's slightly off centre, so we need to sort that out. But my tyres are good. My brakes look okay and feel okay. The engine sounds okay. We've got a bit of history. Could be far worse, couldn't it? It's a pity it's a Cat S, obviously, but it is what it is. I can't really change that, can I? The best thing we can do really is get it looking its best and make sure it's all safe and serviced. And there's still some life left in this. I know loads of people who would love this for a first car, really. I would have done. Need to sort out that air intake, don't we, where it's got the pink gaffer tape. No, this is all right. I'm actually really surprised by it. I thought this was going to be a bit of a dog. Bear in mind, I hadn't seen this car. I hadn't even seen a photograph of it. I just got a bit of a description. To be honest, I think we've probably caught this at the right time. Where should we take it first? For a clean? Do I get it back to work and get all the pink rubbish off it? Or do we take it straight to my mechanics? For a service, MOT, reset the service lights. Although I could probably do that myself. For £800, it'd probably make a decent courtesy car. There I am, trying to convince myself to keep it. Even though I told you at the start of this video that wouldn't happen. Can't help myself sometimes. Clutch feels okay. Steering feels okay. It's not making any weird noises. I'm quite impressed. I bought far worse for a lot more money, as you've seen. Right, I think then I'm going to get this to work. I'm going to spend an hour with it, getting my heat gun on it and getting it looking all right. I'll get the seat covers off it. I'll do various jobs and then I'll take it from there. Right, anyway, leave this with me then. I'll have an update for you quite soon. And we're back in my cheap Renault Clio, which is now, well, no longer cheap. I paid just £800 for this car and it looked very scruffy. It was a bit down on its look, but it drove very well and I am a fan of this era of Clio, so I thought, I bet there's a bit more life left in there. Somebody had put a load of hideous pink wrap on it and some cheap Aldi seat covers, and it just looked a bit naff really. So after we last spoke, I got it back to work and peeled off the pink wrap and got rid of the seat covers. And when I say I mean my colleague James. And the transformation was almost instant. Then I ran it down to my mechanics. And again, when I say I mean my colleague James. And my mechanic called me a few days later to say it needs, well, quite a bit of money spending on it. It needed front brake discs and pads. The screen wash bottle was cracked and leaking. There was a top mount or something that was broken or loose or something. What else? It had a service and MOT as well. Anyway, my bill there was... In fact, do you remember I paid £800 for this car? Well, my bill at my mechanics was £10 short of that, £790. So we're into this car now for about 1,600 quid. In fact, that's not quite true, there was even more. You see, when it was ready at my mechanics, I picked it up from there and got it back to work and fitted some new reg plates to it. And again, you guessed it, James fitted some new reg plates for it. I've just had a really busy week. Normally I do these kinds of jobs myself, but I've just been very busy. So James fitted some new plates. So at least if they're wonky, then it's not my fault. Blame James. You see, the old registration plates looked a bit tired and scruffy. So now with its fresh ones fitted, it looks pretty good. The final job was to take it to Tameside detailing for a full valet. Now it was very grubby and very dirty, but under the seat covers, the seats were in really good condition. So after a £70 full valet, it's quite looking pretty good. The only thing that I haven't done is repaint that front bumper. It still has the texture and look of a chalkboard, but at that point I thought, it is a Cat S car, it has been involved in an accident. Why try and cover that up? It looks presentable enough, so why spend even more money on it? I may as well keep it cheap. That way I can advertise it cheap, and somebody's got a very cheap car. I've got no real idea what this is worth, but I'm thinking now it looks as good as this. I'm thinking it could be worth maybe 2,495. You see, with Auto Trader, I pay for a certain number of adverts every single month, but I get something like 10 or 20 free adverts, so long as they're under 2.5 grand. So that, well, if I keep this at 2495, I've got no advertising cost to factor in. So I might do that. 2495, someone's got a cheap first car. I'd have loved this for my first car. What we're going to do now then, ladies and gents, is park up in my favourite lay-by with the good views and talk you through my costs. Although saying that, we've pretty much done that already, haven't we? But we'll do it properly. The 1.2 engine is a bit flat though. The 0.9 turbo has a bit more oomph. It is all right though, this. It's a good little runner. It's cute. And here we are then. The exact same indicator and indicator sound as an Alpine A110. Fun fact. Right. So, get your calculators at the ready then. £800 was the purchase price. Now the bill at my mechanics was, are you ready for this? So it had an MOT test fee of £40, oil filter, oil. Oh, near side front fog light, that was £64.91. The washer bottle was £69.87. Front brake discs, they were £69.42. Front brake pads, they were £30. Near side front top mounting at £62.80. A sump plug, because that had, well, it was perished. And some labour. So my total bill there was £790 on the nose. 790. On top of that we had the reg plates, they cost me £15, and the full valet Tameside detailing, that was £70. So my total then for this little cheap Renault Clio is £1,675, which I still think is quite cheap for a 2016 Clio. And now it looks quite good, doesn't it? Now it's not got loads of pink bits on it and cheap seat covers. So yeah, I think if I can sell it for 2495, that's going to leave me with a profit margin of about 800 quid. Hate that, not by riddled with potholes. So a profit margin of 800, that's not bad actually then, is it? Loosely put then, we're talking purchase price of 8, spend of 8, profit of 8. That's all right, isn't it? Quite good at this job. Anyway, thank you once again for watching. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't done already. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. I'll leave the links below. And yeah, cheers guys. I'll see you next time.